Joining me now from Southern California, president of Wilsey Asset Management, Brent Wilsey. Brent, there's no magic wand here. And here's the wonderful reality. When you look at the employment numbers right now, and I know you like to peel back the onion, and I'm sure you will here right now, but overall, there are more Americans working now than ever before in the history of this republic.
Yeah, let's peel back the onion, as I say here, because a fact is that people can say, oh, this is terrible, I'm going to try to look at the bad side. No, let's break down the numbers here. Again, we had 145,000, did miss the estimate of 160,000, unemployment is still 3.5%. But don't forget, we had a strong November. Now, that was revised down 10,000 jobs, but to 256,000 jobs in November, there's a lot of people working, Graham. 158.8 million people working. That's an all-time high. We saw gains in retail jobs up 41,000. We saw them in leisure and hospitality, 40,000. Healthcare, 28,000. Where are they going to focus on the negative side? Oh my gosh, we lost 12,000 manufacturing jobs. But let's not forget, we've got the trade battle still going on, which is moving in the right direction. And also to manufacturing. Graham, our dads and our parents, they had a different job. When they got trained, it was like for 25 years, and they were trained for good. Now it's constantly changing. There are 477,000 manufacturing jobs open. The problem is the workers are not trained and not skilled to work in those yet. We got to get those workers trained.
So it's a bit of a moving target, as the engine, the economic engine gets revving up and moves into the future. Jobs and people have to adapt, and this is part of the curve, right? And over time, they will adapt, and that sector will do just fine. We should also point out that underemployment, which are people who are in jobs that they don't really want to be in, maybe they're overqualified for, is the lowest it's ever been. And the markets, well, we can't ignore the markets right now. We're talking record territory, Dow 29,000. Think about that, Brent. I told my crew today, all of whom are younger than me, if you're not in this market, you're not only missing an opportunity to make money, but you're missing out on history.
Oh, you really are. The landscape is good here. We got ISM non-manufacturing numbers, 55. That was above the previous period, 53.5. Consumer confidence is good. Strong job market. A lot of liquidity, low interest rates. And I want to point out to people, because they're getting kind of scared, but they got to remember 1,000-point gain from 28,000 to 29,000. That's only 3.5%. And putting that in perspective, that's like Apple going from 290 to 300. Pfizer going from 39 up by $1.36. So it's not like, oh my gosh, they're outrageous gains. It's just because the numbers are bigger. Percentage-wise, about the same. And I would warn people, do not be jumping out of this market. Do not jump out of the investments. Stay in your 401k. Right. But I do want to put a word of caution. Earnings begin coming out in about a week or so. If they're not good, the momentum could change, and we could see a change here. So we're watching very closely in the next week or so what the earnings are and what companies are saying they see going forward with their earnings.
One more thing, Brent, when the president won the election in 2016, it was Dow 18,000. I mean, it's kind of amazing to think that in that short amount of time, we're now looking at Dow 29,000. Brent, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.